Moonshine Comedy.
Hi, my name is Benjamin McWilliams.
And I'm Silvio, and welcome for the episode number 25 of Lost in Lithuania.
Number 25. Now, today we're going to give you a big secret about getting visas in Lithuania.
Free visa for everyone.
Free visa for everyone.
You need the visa, you know who to call, like Lost in Lithuania.
Lost in Lithuania.
Passports for everybody.
Now, so you got your visa. What visa do you have?
That's the thing, because I don't need visa because I'm from European Union.
Mm-hmm.
I have the right to stay here. I got the residence permit.
Residence permit, yeah.
So I lived legally and I worked here legally for 5 years. So now I got the permanent.
Okay, and the permanent one is 10 years.
It's 10 years, yeah. Which is kind of like fake advertising, yeah. Either it's permanent or for 10 years.
You just need to spend 5 years here and you get a 10 years.
You can stay 10 more.
I like how it says permanent, but you have to renew it every single 10 years. Now,
How about for you? But you need visa, yeah?
Yeah, I do need a visa. For Americans, it's pretty easy to get. Like, you could get in here visa free. But the thing people are probably asking when we talk about visa, we more like residence permit, like how do you get here to stay here?
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I would say it was actually fairly easy. So I was able to get a visa, and then after that, I was able to apply for the residence permit. Did not have any problems, hiccups, or hang-ups. What about you?
I mean, I arrived here and I got hired pretty fast. So then I just went with a work contract.
Oh, so you did it through a work contract.
Yeah.
See, I did it actually through my comedy.
Okay.
I said I'm doing comedy, and they're like, here is a year you can stay. Well, not a year. Here's 3 years you can stay here. So for temporary, I think for us, because we're not part of the EU, we only get 3 years. I think that's for most non-EU people.
So you went to like some open mics and
No, this was when I was actually getting paid for it. And,
okay.
I was hosting my own shows, and I actually had a bunch of bars write to me or write letters saying, hey, he's performing here, he's hosting his own show, so I did this whole thing.
Okay.
Nah, it's actually, so like getting a visa, I feel like there's different like classes, like where visas, and when I mean visas, I mean more like residence permits. There's like different levels to it.
Oh yeah.
For EU, very easy to get.
Yeah. If you are from outside the EU, you need also to pass like a language exam.
No, you don't.
Maybe not for Americans.
Not for Americans.
I know,
so
for example, I know some people from Turkey, and they had to have a 5 minutes conversation with someone from
5 minute conversation. I could not do that.
I could not do that also. It would be like, hello, my name is Silvio, I'm from Romania, I want a beer, I'll pay with card, half a kilogram of beef, like stuff like that I would be able to say for 5 minutes.
No, they're actually very strange. I know, at least for us, because there's certain countries, I think it's Canada, Japan, Korea, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand. There might be a few other countries like considered like Western countries, even though I said Japan and Korea.
Yeah.
South Korea,
It's
not
super
North.
Western.
It goes all the way around. No, and you're able to get one actually pretty easy here if you have like an individual work certificate and say you're going to be working here, or you have like a job contract.
Basically, you need to prove that you're doing something, that you're not just like a parasite.
Yeah, and they look at your bank account too. I think they upped it. Before it was like 8,000 euros, and now I think it's like 10,000 euros.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. There are some difficulties though to the system. I had one of my friends, you know him, Watson.
Oh, yeah.
We had this Malaysian comedian, and he didn't have a last name. Doesn't have a last name.
Okay.
And so the Lithuanian system, you need a first name and a last name. And he's like, I don't have a last name. So he had
what he did.
He had to go to the embassy in Poland. Then he had to come back because there's no Malaysian embassy here. So he had to go all the way to Poland, then get a document sent back here. Then he had to go to the UK to get more documents sent back. But finally, they were able to let us in, or not let us in, let him in, and give him a residence permit. And then he left to the UK.
But couldn't he just say that his name is Watson? Like, okay, oh yeah, Watson is not even his name. Like it's
Srivatsan. But it's yeah, you couldn't do that. They wouldn't allow it because they were like, we need to see something that says last name, and on his passport there's no last name.
It's literally there's like blank on the passport.
Yeah. There's like a blank on the passport, and I don't know. You gotta be. I feel like you gotta be careful sometimes, like especially getting residence permits. Like, I feel like again, the EU citizens, you guys have it pretty easy, but foreigners, like outside of the EU, it can be tricky, and you can waste a lot of money on basically nothing.
Yeah, just to get the proper documents. Well, it's good that like if there would be. I mean, I would be aware if there's like for me, if there would be like a Lithuanian language exam. Maybe I will learn more because I will need to prolong my stay here. But now I'm like, okay, I'll learn it.
Because you've been, because I've gotten like residence permits / visas in other countries. You got it in America.
Yeah.
For America. How did that work out?
Well, I got that J1 visa for America. It's like for basically, like work and travel. It's like you get cheap labor from Europe and you pack it as in this nice American experience. You go and do all these minimum wage jobs.
So, I like how it just, J visa, just minimum wage work. You get to work in
our colleagues were only from like from South America, like people that were undocumented and stuff. So that's the level where they.
That was the level you.
Yeah. So the process was pretty simple because you need to prove that you're a student. You need to prove that you are like. That you're not like failing your exams. You don't need to pass all of them, but like most of them.
Most of them. They're like, if you're kind of smart enough. Yeah, I've known a few people who got that. It's a J visa, right?
Yeah.
It might be more difficult now getting a visa.
Maybe. So what was funny because you need to do like a language interview to prove that you're able to speak English with the consul or whatever was the name of that person that works there. So I was thinking that you will go into an office and you will have a conversation with that person. No, you stay in line, you go to a small window and he's like, hello, how are you? And you say, good, thank you, how about you? What's your name, what are you studying? This and that. Where are you going? To whatever. You say the state, pass.
That was it.
That's it. And now like, you
Tough
just need
language
to prove
exam. Hi, what's your name? My name is Green's my favorite
And you know
color.
what was funny? Because when I arrived in San Francisco at immigrations, there was this guy that basically was not believing me that I'm speaking English. The same question. Hey, how are you? Good, thank you. And he's like, because you need to have a certain amount of money when you go there. Like he's like, how much money you have? Like I said, he
did this.
Yeah,
he was like, how much money do you have?
He was speaking with his hands more like so. So he's like, what are you working? So I work in the kitchen. And it's like, do you know how to cook? Stop the hands, like let's speak in.
I would just look at a deadpan and be like, no, I don't know how to cook.
Yeah. And actually it was kind of a scam because the job was advertised as chef's help. So I was like, I kind of know how to cook, it will be
My mom taught me.
I cooked for friends and family, whatever. It's okay, I'll be able to learn more there. But when you arrive there, you are actually kitchen help. So you do everything beside cooking, like you're taking out the trash, you're putting dishes to get washed.
I mean, if you had better English, you would understand it.
No, actually, it was a bit...
See, I had
misleading.
Yeah, misleading. I got residence permits and visas in South Korea for a teaching job. That one was actually quite easy. I basically my boss took me to the visa office, just put in all the paperwork. You had to apply for like the thing first in America, so I had to drive to Houston. And the consulate for South Korea is like in this huge building on in the middle of the building. You just kind of go. It's like this. It looks a little strange to me.
Okay.
And it was actually pretty easy. Now the hard one was getting a visa for China. Like when
I'm not surprised that it was harder than
when I got the visa residence permit. But it wasn't even like it wasn't necessarily hard in the sense of like. You had to like prove something. It was just getting the right paperwork because I would go drive to the consulate in Houston from Austin. That's a 3-hour drive. So I'd drive there, then I'd give the paperwork and they're like, oh, we need this. And it's like, it's at home. So we had to go back home. You'd go there. They'd be like, now we need this one. And
Sounds like Romania for me, because all the time they are missing something when you need to do a lot of and they are not telling you like you need this, and that you're missing. They're telling you one by one.
Or they tell you one by one. It's like really frustrating. And then when you get into the country, so you have to go in on the student visa, then you get the student permit, and what you have to do is do a medical exam. Before you do that,
and like, to bring diseases from America to China.
So they did.
How ironic, you know? They got the disease for the whole planet, but they are paranoid that it's filthy Americans.
Those dirty Americans. I got tested for everything. Like, it was like this whole line. Like we were just in line, had to go from one station to the next, to the next, to the next. It was definitely an adventure. But eventually you'll get it. But it just takes time. It's like it's not as easy as in like Lithuania. In Lithuania, all I had to do was pass in my paperwork. Actually, it's because that's one thing that you do have to watch out for is people scamming you money for these residence permits. Because I'm going to tell you a story and then I'll tell you a secret. So I actually had one of my friends, he was here, is an American, and he was having visa problems. And he was talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, I paid 300 euros. So he did all this research on how to stay, paid 300 euros to a lawyer who basically told him nothing, told him the same information he already knew.
Okay.
And he says, I want to stay here. And I looked at him, I'm like, I'll tell you the secret. They offer free consultation.
Yeah, you can just call.
You could just call them, or like, if you are here in Lithuania already with your visa and you want to figure out how to stay longer, go to the register center, like go to the website, book a free appointment, and they give you free consultation. One of my friends, he worked for the register center in Kaunas, and he said...
Can you repeat that word?
Did I say that? Register center? Registru.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
You understood. We'll put it on the screen.
Center. We're advertising for. We're sponsored by Registru Center. No, we're not.
Thank you. The sponsorship is that we're still living in Lithuania.
Yeah, they still let us stay here. That's our only sponsorship. But you're able to book an appointment, and you could just say, hey, I want to stay here. I've got this, and this. What can I do? And they will actually help you in trying to do something.
But even on the phone, you can because I called and they're speaking English.
You did it on the phone?
Yeah. Just to ask what I need to do. So basically, she told me that wait for your residence permit to expire first, and then book an appointment, and everything's okay. Speaking of documents and scams, I have a small story with a girl that tried to scam me. I think I said it on stage, but I want to say it for the podcast also. I was actually coming here to do stand-up, and this girl approaches me like 50 meters away from this place, in the area of Kalvari Turgus, and she's like...
Kalvari Turgus or Halas Turgus?
Halas Turgus.
Yeah. Flow bar is near Halas Turgus.
And she's like trying to speak with me in Lithuanian. I said aš nesuprantu. Then she started to speak with me in Russian. Then we agreed that we speak in English. Yeah, so she was able to scam me in 3 different languages minimum.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
So she starts telling me that she got robbed. She got robbed, yeah. And people stole her documents and her cards. And like, what's the next thing you're doing if you got robbed? You start begging on the street. Yeah, that's the next logical step.
That's the first thing you do is
you become a beggar. You don't call the police.
That's exactly what you do.
So this story is kind of sounding familiar. She got me on a trip to Romania in that moment. I felt like home. So I'm listening to her story. And I'm starting smiling, and she's realizing that I don't believe her. She started to smile also. And we shared this moment,
this beautiful moment of like, you're trying to scam me, I'm scamming you, we're connected together.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me. She already said that she lost her phone, so she's not able to get like bank transfers or something. She wished me to have a good day. I wish her to have a good day, and I came to the stand-up. Very beautiful moment.
That actually reminds me, because in my because we'd always go back to Albuquerque because that's where I was born. We'd always go there for Christmas, and when we were in Albuquerque, there was this one scam that happened every single Christmas. They would drive up, the kids were in the back, and they would say, "Hey, someone ate my bank card. I don't have any money. We have to get home for Christmas. Can you just spare, like, you know, $20-$30 for gas, please, you know, in the spirit of Christmas. They would do that every single year, and it was so calm, and you just look at like, I know what you're doing.
I've seen that scam in America also, but with Romanians, they are giving you some fake gold, you know, like, I don't have gas, but look, if you can give me like 10 euros, I can give you this gold chain or this ring which I'm having on me. So you are feeling that you are scamming him, but in reality, he's scamming you.
It is crazy. There is a lot of scams. There's actually not many scams here in Lithuania. Like there's
that we are aware of.
That we're aware of. But even in the touristy areas, I did see the scam where they say, "Oh, we're part of this deaf organization. If you sign this petition to help out deaf people," and then they ask for money. I've seen that scam happen because that one's really common, especially in Paris, France. We're revealing all the scammers' techniques.
Well, the biggest scam which I've seen in Lithuania is that in the Christmas market they are selling you hot wine for like 4 euros that doesn't have alcohol. That's insane.
Without
6 euros?
6 euros.
I mean, when I got it was like 2 years ago, so it was 4. Now it's even worse.
6 euros.
Shame on you. If you are working in Christmas market and you're selling me hot juice for 6 euros.
I mean, even it's a nice place to go to for Christmas, but you gotta expect to pay a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm fully aware, but they are not saying that it doesn't have alcohol, you know, because they are selling it after 8, and probably they don't have like the alcohol license. So, and if they are writing, it's very small writing. Again, it's not a full scam, but it's misleading at least. Shame.
This Romanian's like, I want to drink my wine.
Yeah, or at least tell me, you know, like, sir, before you pay, I need to let you know that this is not what you're expecting, you know.
You'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, you are getting what? Grapes tea.
You're getting grape tea. You're getting warm. You're getting warm grape juice.
Yeah. What the hell?
Oh gosh, so
I got angry.
You got angry? What'd you do?
No, because I thought, you know,
you just throw it. You're like, give me that back.
No, but I had a bit of a shock, like, cause I got 2 of them. I was with my girlfriend, and but you know that it doesn't have alcohol, you know, like, I was like, I don't believe it. This can be possible. So yeah, that should be illegal.
Yeah. Well, anyways, to kind of come back to the thing, we went on a random scam. You're just like, let me tell you about the scam. No, so if you are thinking about coming to Lithuania just for a visa for a visit, it's actually very easy. For some countries, you should check out the website. They're actually very informative, and they have to be. And if you want to get a residence permit here, there are a lot. They're very friendly. You know, you just go in, book an appointment, and they will give you advice, or you just call them on the phone.
Yeah. They offer consultation in Lithuanian, Russian, and English. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What if you don't speak any of those?
You have this AI technology. You know, like when you call and you speak in your language, and they translate it automatically in that language, and they are speaking in, and then you hear it straight away in the language that you know.
I want to believe you, but I've never heard of it.
I did it, you know, with the new smartphones that are not iPhone, because I don't want to. You are calling, you are speaking. For example, let's say that you want to speak in French.
Sponsored by not iPhone.
By Android, yeah. So if you want to speak from whatever, you know it, AI voice translation, something like that.
You'll be able to get it, but either way, it's fun to come here, and now we'll get our website, or we'll get our podcast shut down. They're like, we don't want more foreigners. No.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's our big secret. If you're gonna want to get a residence permit, don't pay money to a lawyer, or don't believe anything that these scammers are doing to try to take your money. Yeah. This is just free advice. We're not being sponsored by anyone. It's a free
service offered by them. And I think that's about the time. So we're doing stand-up in English in Lithuania, right? Every Thursday in Flow Bar right here. The show starts at 8, and every Tuesday at 8:30 in Bar Policlinica. Come check us out. The shows are pay what you can. So if you don't feel like paying, you don't need to pay anything. You'll just have a great time.
A great time. And also,
only me. Basically.
One more thing for we just got the announcement for our Klaipėda people, all our followers in Klaipėda. We know we've got all of them, all 2 of them. If we had 2, I'd actually be impressed.
That would be impressive.
We're gonna be actually in Klaipėda on March 8th. We just got the confirmation, so
Yes.
we'll be doing Lost in Lithuania tour there.
Yes, that's and also on Kaunas. Yeah, we're doing it again.
Yeah, we're doing it again. I don't know the exact date on it. I think it's the 15th of
Yes.
March.
No, March. Yeah,
March,
15th of March.
March 15th. We did a show in January. It was really great, awesome.
Yes.
Love the Kaunas people. You guys are a great crowd. And yeah, we'll see Klaipėda soon then.
Yeah, it will be, I think, the first time when I'm going to Klaipėda.
First time?
Yeah, because I've been only to Palanga. So
We
now,
need to talk about Klaipėda.
Yes, in the next podcast. Thank you so much.
So,
for
yeah,
watching.
thank you guys. You guys have a good evening or a good day, wherever you are. Just
Subscribe and
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
thank you.